We love to watch others win, right? But when it's our turn, we kind of shrink back. We kind of fall behind. It's time to stop playing and being the background actor in your own movie. Let's talk about it right after this.
Educate, empower, enable, impact. Thank you for tuning in to That Will Never Work, an award-winning podcast where we share inspiring information and personal experiences related to business and the entrepreneurial journey from those who are leaders in their respective field. Now, here's your host, author and business coach, Maurice.
I thank you for tuning in today. I really do. There's a few things that we need to really talk about because a lot of times we decide that we do not want to be in the limelight, especially when it comes to us or ourselves. And a lot of times we don't put ourselves into the limelight because we have an opportunity, or we have a fear of the opportunity of being exposed as a fraud. And in that situation, it can also increase our moments of self-doubt because we're being asked to perform, to execute something in the situation. And then it could give us the appearance that we would now be compared to someone else who is actually in the same place or space. So ultimately, it can give us that moment of imposter syndrome. We don't belong in this situation. We don't deserve to be in this situation. All right. Here is a situation for myself where I felt that way. And I feel like that even till today sometimes. So as I was, and I believe I spoke about this earlier in the season when I had attended the podcast summit in Atlanta, Georgia, hosted by David Shands. There was a young lady there who was sitting next to me and my wife, and she was so into explaining who she was and what she was doing and how many people she has helped and all the other type of stuff from a business perspective. And as she's speaking it, I am comparing myself in the moment as she's speaking, like, hey, do I belong or whatever it is? And it just so happened that she asked me, I'm listening to her. She's not talking to me directly. She's speaking to my wife first. And then as she's speaking to my wife and I'm listening and I'm paying attention or whatever. And then my wife says to her, well, my husband does the exact same thing. The lady then turns to me and says, what are your credentials? Now, in that moment, when someone asks you, what are your credentials? What is your initial response? And sometimes we don't understand that credentials are a qualification, an achievement, personal quality, or an aspect of a person's background, typically when used to indicate that they are suitable for something. Okay? So I had to reflect on myself real quick. Wait a second, lady. I have been doing what you've been doing or speaking about a little longer than you. I didn't say it to her, but these are the conversations that I had with myself. I've been in it for over 12 years. I have assisted nonprofit and religious organizations all across the United States, the nation, whether it was just a word, a statement, a consult, a website, a flyer, whatever it might have been. And in addition to that, we are at this summit, at a podcast summit. And lady, unfortunately, you haven't even started one. And I have 3 that I have began in 7 years. So I had to reflect on my own moments of shrinking within my own movie or my own area, or understanding what my real credentials are. And even if I did not speak about what I had done as an entrepreneur and who I have touched as an entrepreneur, hold up, wait a second. This gentleman right here who does not have a college degree, who has not achieved a college degree very early on in corporate America, I was actually being promoted in places that I should not have, because I knew how to handle myself. I knew how to speak. I knew how to present. I knew how to bring the troops and everyone together. I've been a team leader. I've been in positions where technically they wanted someone that not only had a bachelor's degree, but preferred a master's degree. But I still got the job not having any degree at all. Because my skills, my know-how, my personal intellect, whatever it might have been, promoted me in that position. And that's not for a lack of other people applying either. So when someone asks you, what are your credentials? I don't want you to shrink away. I don't want you to fall back. I want you to stand firm on who you are. So when it's time for you to speak in front of someone else, when it's time for you to present in front of someone else, when it's time for you to speak one-on-one, when it's time for you to offer some reasonable advice. And I'm expressing reasonable because sometimes we can go off on a tangent and we realize that, you know what, we're talking to the wrong person. It happens. Because we get so excited and we're so passionate about what we're presenting that sometimes we lose track of who the real audience is and maybe what is their capability. Because everyone cannot always see the bigger picture. Everyone cannot always see past 5 minutes, because within the next minute, I feel as though something catastrophic is going to happen. So 5 minutes will be too long. So maybe we need to kind of scale it back, right? And so as a visionary, as that leader, as that one who is coming in to offer some type of ideas, because also understanding that a lot of times people need to work out their challenges and their situations on their own. They may not need someone to give them the answer. And do they appreciate it? So I really would like for you to think about that as you move forward, because I really implore you to stand up. Now, you could be that tree. You could be that tree. You might sway a little. You might bend a little. And trust me, I saw a trip that my wife and I had taken during the summertime, and we saw trees bending. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they have to be all of 25 feet tall, but they were bending sideways where the leaves at the top, the palm trees, the leaves at the top were touching the ground because it looked like the wind was blowing it that hard. So you might want to bend a little bit, but don't break. Stand up in who you are. Be authentic in who you are, and understand that You know what? Everyone doesn't have the answer. Just because someone else might have a little bit more knowledge, a little bit more know-how, a little bit more information, one way or the other. Don't discount the information that you have. Don't discount what you provide and what you bring to the table. Do not discount who you are and what you can bring to the world. Step into your spotlight. And I would like for you to maybe post your dream publicly. Put yourself on the hook. So that way it's not just to be pointed out there to be seen, but to make it real, because someone else is probably waiting for your opportunity or for your moment or your stance, your moment of courage, because everyone doesn't have it. Everyone doesn't know how to express it or experience it. So I encourage you to not become the background in your own story. I encourage you to be the lead actor or actress in your story. I thank you very much for listening.
Thanks for listening. Follow Maurice Chism on social media to stay connected and check back weekly for new episodes. Until next time, that will never work. Or will it?